What's up, YouTube? It's me again, and what we have today and what we're doing today is I am going to review a purchase I recently made. I got this little headphone amplifier, this little bitty tiny headphone amplifier. See how small it is? It's really small, really light, really small, really cool, really neat. I've really thoroughly enjoyed this, and if you're someone who listens to headphones, listens to music while they work out, while they're at work, well, anytime, and especially if you're an audiophile and you really do listen to a lot of high quality masters tracks, if you got a Tidal account or something like that, a Qbuzz account, you know, somebody who has access to high quality music and high quality headphones especially, you're really going to enjoy this. So what this thing does, it's one of the coolest little pieces of audio equipment I've seen in a long time, if not ever. It's really neat. This is it has two outputs on it. Okay, one is a 3.5 millimeter right there, 3.5 millimeter, that port right there. That would take your standard 3.5 millimeter stereo jack, right? Boom, boom, right on the side, that boom, right there. All right. The other side has a, get this over here so I can show you here. The other side has this is a 2.5 millimeter jack, right? This is a stereo jack as well, but it's special. This is a balanced stereo jack, and what that means is, well, it does not share a ground with everything else. So what you do is you get a really nice listening experience with no buzz, no noise, because everything doesn't share ground with each other. So what we have here is, let's see, I spoke about these before. Okay, if you haven't ever been to my channel, we review a lot of things. I reviewed these particular in-ear monitors right here before, and if you'd like to hear my review, go visit my channel, check it out. It was a good review. We also, this was an add-on wire that we got for it. We reviewed that too. You should check it out. Like and subscribe, and you can hear about more stuff that I'm doing. You keep in the know, because I mean, you know, I might review something that you may want to buy that you don't know you want to buy. These are really cool headphones, and I use this all the time. I just plug this in, and this is a nice balanced stereo connection. Plug it in the 2.5 millimeter, carry it with me, listen to real high fidelity audiophile quality sound. This is really cool. One of the best, it probably is the best sounding headphones I've ever put in my ear. They're not really headphones, they're in-ear monitors, but we didn't come to talk about that, so I'm going to put these away for now. I'm going to set them off to the side right here, okay? This thing, it has two DACs inside of it, okay, and two amplifiers, because it powers the left and the right independently of one another on these headphones. So each one of these in-ear monitors has its own amplifier, its own digital audio converter, and that makes for a really nice listening experience. It's noticeably different. I have another cable for it around here, and it is a 3.5 millimeter cable. These headphones, you can switch out the cables, and you can't plug both of these output cables into these ports at the same time. It doesn't work that way. It's one or the other. If you use a stereo plug and you plug it in a balance port, you can damage the amplifier. If you plug a balance port and a stereo jack, you can damage the amplifiers. So you have to be aware of that when you get this. And 3.5s can be balanced. The 3.5 millimeters can be balanced or stereo plugs. The 2.5s can be balanced or stereo plugs. They even have a 4.1 millimeter. It's not on this DAC. Sony uses it. Those are usually balanced plugs always that I've seen. They, don't take me wrong, they could be stereo too. I don't know. I haven't looked into that. But we're talking about 3.5, 2.5 on this. The 2.5 is always going to be a balanced port. The 3.5 is always going to be a stereo port, and you cannot plug both in at once, and you don't make mistakes, or else you can damage the amp. That's good. That's important information. Now, this what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plug this into these speakers so you guys can hear to the best of my ability. I'm gonna give you the highest quality sound that I can give you the equipment I have. So let's see what I'm gonna do. Find my cable coming off these speakers, and these speakers right here. Oh, that's a whole. We didn't come to talk about these speakers, but I'm going to do a review of these speakers, and there's other reviews of these speakers online. I'm going to do my own. I learned about them on YouTube, ironically, and there's a guy named Z Reviews. Oh man, he's a great YouTuber. I've learned a lot from this guy, and shoot on over to his channel, and he's got a great review of these speakers. There's Owl Out speakers, and then come back, like and subscribe to my channel. Come back and watch mine too if you want to, because these things have changed my life. That's not what we came here to talk about either. You can check them out real quick. They look like little junky computer speakers. And I just knocked the power cord out of mine, but that's all right. I can plug it back in. All right, I'm gonna plug this into the DAC though, for now. Well, we got power. Now, this is a Bluetooth receiver, okay? So you can connect to it via Bluetooth. It's Bluetooth 5.0. This is the best Bluetooth receiver I've ever heard in my life. It is a true high-fidelity, audiophile capable Bluetooth receiver, and I don't say that lightly, because I've never heard a Bluetooth receiver that I would call high-fidelity or audiophile capable. This thing sounds great. It sounds great. It's the best little headphone amp I've ever heard, especially a portable one like this. It has a battery inside. It lasts 14 hours on a charge. It's amazing for how much power it puts out. This thing puts out power. It almost feels like a piece of equipment in my home stereo system, but it's not. And I can't believe they packed so much into this little tiny size right here. 2 separate amplifiers, 2 separate digital audio converters. Right now on these speakers, we're not running balance. We're just running stereo. Okay. When I listen to my headphones, I plug it in the other port, set it up a little differently, and I run balance. It sounds a little bit better. These speakers sound amazing all the time. They're great, but that's not what we come here to talk about, like I said. But let's see. Let me go ahead and give you a little bit of a taste here. Here's something else I'm going to be doing a review on. Oh, look at that. There's a Raleigh block. You ever seen one of these? It's kind of neat. Right now I set it like this, but this is going to change in a second. Let me grab my phone real quick. Where's my phone? I thought I had my phone here. Oh, there it is. Okay. So I'm going to take my phone and let's see. I also, oh shoot, I need to, what I need to do is I need to be recording my phone right now, so when you guys, so I can put this in the video. I mean, it's just obvious. I should have had this done beforehand, but I didn't, and I kind of almost forgot how to do it because I'm under pressure. But that's okay. You guys can understand or not. I can cut it out or I can leave it. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Who knows? Let me see. Okay, so what we're going to do here is I'm going to connect to the DAC itself, which I already am right now. But now what I'm going to do, since we don't play copyrighted music on my channel, I listen to copyrighted music. I think everyone does, but I can't let you guys listen to my copyrighted music. Now, if you ever come visit me in real life, we'll play all the music you want, but we're going to make music today with this little Raleigh block, which I'm also going to review soon. Like I said, like and subscribe, and that way you'll be able to keep up. You can hear about all these cool gadgets and things that I get to play with and show you about. Like I said, you might not even know you want these things until you see them. This is a pretty cool little piece of tech though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start. That's probably really loud for you guys, so I'm going to turn it down a little bit. You hear that? got that hooked up to it, if you have this hooked up to a good stereo system right now, you know that it probably sounds pretty good. It's because these speakers and this DAC are amazing, people. This thing right here and these little things are good quality headphones. Amazing listening experience. Amazing. Okay. And then we can do things with it. Oh, it's so fun to play with this thing. Anyway, it's fun. Alright. How's your ears? Orgasmic? I don't know. It's pretty good. It's great here. If it doesn't sound great to you, I don't know what you're listening to it through. If you're listening through your phone, it doesn't do it justice. If you got a nice stereo system, you can tell it probably sounds pretty good. To me, excuse me, I can't even talk. It sounds great. It sounds great. Anyway. Let me go back in this app right here. Alright, enough about that. Let's go to the app. Oh, one thing more. I didn't tell you. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to go ahead and tell you. This DAC, not only does it connect with Bluetooth, alright? Watch this. Let's see. I know I got a cable around here somewhere. Right here's probably one right here. Now it's got a battery in it, so you know you got a little USB port right here. That's where you charge it, right? Hot. It's also a USB digital audio converter. So what I'm doing, I've got a computer over here to my left, right over there. All right. I'm going to plug it in. Show you something. I'm going to plug it into my computer. Alright. Let that thing get noticed real quick. I got another cool toy. Oh. Rolly Seaboard block. Also going to review this later. It's a really cool little piece of tech as well. Let me make one quick little setting on my computer. And are you ready? I'm almost there. I think I have it hooked up now. This should work. This is all live. I hate doing this stuff live, but you got to sometimes. Oh, look at that. Didn't work, but it will. I promise. We'll get it working. Bear with me. Oh, I know what the problem is. Give it a minute. Let's see what we got here. Oh, there we go. We just connected. So now we'll go in here, and we got to change this to okay. Now, just took a minute for it to get recognized and everything. There we go. No. All right. Now we got some sound. So now what's going on here? Before I was connecting by Bluetooth from my Rolly block to my phone, all right? And then from my phone, I was connecting to these speakers through Bluetooth. Well, the phone was connected to Bluetooth through the DAC. Then the DAC was connected to my speakers via a 3.5mm stereo connection. All right. Now this is now connected to my computer. This is still connected to my phone. All right. So now I can jam out on this thing. You know, I can, you know. All right, let's see. What it sounds like a pretty cool, huh? All right. Anyway, I can't play. I'm not a musician, guys. I was just trying to show you what's going on. So this is connecting through Bluetooth to my computer. Then my computer is connecting to the DAC by USB. And then I can still go into this, change my app, and I can still play with the phone or the computer. So now we got a DAC connected by USB and Bluetooth, 2 different devices at the same time. It's neat, huh? All right, that's all I had to say. So I just want to let you know, you connect 2 things to this thing at one time. I'm gonna put these up because we're not gonna be playing any more music, obviously. Oh, all right. That's the last time we're playing music, I swear. Like I said, I'm not a musician. I do like listening to music, and that's what I do. So now the rest of this, I'm gonna unplug this from the computer. All right, so here we go. This software right here is the most full-featured software I've ever seen for a little piece of equipment like this on the iPhone. Is a really awesome piece of software. Now the coolest thing about it is a lot of you guys have iPhones. Some of you have Androids. And on Android, if you wanted those things called equalizers, so you can adjust different levels and things on your audio, well, you can do that with Android. With the iPhone, well, for the most part you can't. Well, there's a few music apps that you can. All right, just a few. I'm not even gonna mention them, but it doesn't work system wide. With this thing, everything you listen to on your phone, you can equalize, which is really powerful. And sometimes, if you need it, and you know it, and you don't have it if you have an iPhone. With this, you can. This DAC, well, I'm gonna tell you, it costs $100, $90 to $100, somewhere around there. It's worth way more. It's worth way more, and you'll know why before the end of this tutorial I got going on here. All right, so on my phone, you guys, I'm sure we'll put it on the screen where you can see it. But what you can do, this is a 24-bit digital audio converter, 24-bit, 100, in this mode I'm in right now. It's going to be 176 kilohertz. It goes up further than that. I think it goes 196 kilohertz, and I think in one mode, I forget what. I think it's the USB mode, and then on an Android it can also. Anyway, don't worry about that. Look that up yourself. I think it can go to 32 though, but 24-bit for me all the time. In Bluetooth mode on my iPhone, I get 16-bit. 44 kilohertz, 44.1 kilohertz. Now, but it does all kind of cool stuff. It will, it's got like a volume limiter, so you can set it up per device, so you won't bust your eardrums if you're using headphones. And it's got an analog volume control, analog volume, not digital, but analog, which is a good thing, by the way. Let's see. That would be adjusting this right here, your source volume. You want to keep this all the way up. You want your source volume all the way up. You get a good hot signal from your source, like from your phone or your computer. You always want to keep that all the way up. That gives you the highest quality signal. In the settings here, you can have this amp. You can have it act as right here. You see it preamp. Headphone amp. This is on the bottom of the phone right now. I'm switching them right here. It can function as a preamp or a headphone amp. Right now I got it plugged into speakers, so I'm making it. It's like a little preamp. When I have it plugged in my headphones, I make it into a headphone amp. Let's see. Channel trim volume. You can adjust the volume of the left or the right channels independently. That often, or I haven't seen so far in these little USB DACs from what I've seen. You have a max volume limit. Now this is where you would set your max volume. So when I wear these things right here, these things will bust your eardrums. It feels like it'll make them bleed. Okay, so it's worse than like a gun going off beside your head. These things are so loud if you turn them up too loud. And if you're letting somebody listen to them and they're wearing them and you're controlling the volume, you don't know how loud they are in their ears, and you turn them all the way up, you will ruin their hearing. I mean, these things are loud. You can set the max volume limit on a per device basis, and then your max volume, you just put this down here and you go back to this screen. Well, this volume right here is going to be attenuated based on what you set this to. Okay, so when I got this on 6 dB and I got it all the way up, my device limit will go up to 6 dB. Now watch, when I turn this down, okay, negative 14 dB, and I come back, Now look at this right here. Max volume, negative 14 dB. So now your volume control right here, and on your device, see, I can turn this up and see how that goes up. I'm using the button right there. You see that on the phone screen, how I turn that up? Oh, look. Oh. I don't know what happened there. Something hit the button on the little keyboard on the Rolly, but hopefully that doesn't happen again. Anyway, so this turned up, down, up, down. Well, that volume is attenuated, so you can only go up so high right there. That's very useful, very, very useful. All right, so let's look at something else. This is the bread and butter right here. On your iPhone, you don't got one of these. On my iPhone, I got one of these because I got one of these. All right, so right here, you can adjust your preamp signal right here of your whole entire signal. You can adjust a 10 band equalizer, so you know, if you like a little bit more lows, you got a parametric EQ. You don't got a parametric EQ, do you? I do. You should get one of these, and you will too. It's great. I don't work for these guys, by the way. I bought this with my own money. I don't know these people. I know that they made a great product though, and that's the reason why I got on YouTube to tell everybody else, hey, it's a great thing. Plus, I need subscribers. I need people to like my channel, like and subscribe, please. I hate to beg, but I will. I don't care. Anyway, so you get an EQ, you get a sound control right here. What this does is they got this DCT level thing here. This is like it tells you if you go into the help. This is their distinctive clear technology. I'll be honest, I don't know a lot about this. This is a proprietary thing. They make a little bit clearer sound. I know these things sound great. If it has anything to do with that, that's great too. I really can't tell a lot of difference right here though. I'll be honest with you. I don't notice much difference with this DCT stuff right here, but it might do something that I don't, my ears don't pick up. Okay. The crossfeed levels, you do notice this though. So the crossfeed, if you want your headphones to sound more like speakers live show, where it kind of blends the left and the right channel, makes it sound a little bit more natural. You just, I'm running mine on 3 right now. That's personal preference. It makes headphones sound a little bit more like you're not wearing headphones. It's got this 8K4375A DAC inside here. You can read that on the screen. That is the DAC. It's got 2 of those inside here, okay? They sound beautiful. I only know from experience that I really like the way they sound. This is the best headphone amplifier that I've ever heard. So I suppose it's a pretty nice DAC inside here. You can adjust the roll off here for a little bit different experience as far as the lows and how they the dynamicness of the lows. Let's see, you can do a little bit of oversampling. I always leave mine on 4x. Like I said, I don't really notice a lot with that either. Ambient. This is a cool feature. This is something I never have seen on anything, and I actually use this a lot. You probably never even heard of anything like this, okay? I know I have never seen or heard of anything like this at all, and this is one of the cooler features of this. You set a little button on here where this could turn on and off right here, right? Well, when it's off, this is regular, you're listening in your headphones and you hear your music, right? But let's just say you're at a bus stop or you're in an airport, all right? You're listening to music in the airport, and you need to know when your name is called. All right, so you're sitting there, but you want to listen to music and kind of zone out too. Well, you can do both now. You really can. It's wild. I've never heard anything like it. So what you do, you turn this on, and there's a shortcut key, as you can see right here. You can turn the shortcut key on and off right there. Well, that shortcut key, I'll go ahead and push it on the DAC right now. See, when I push it on, let's see if it works. Well, anyway, I don't think you got to be out of the menus to do it too. But what I'm saying is this shortcut key, well, it's on right now. So you hear that? Here when I handle this, how it's coming out of these speakers. Normally this would be in your headphones, okay? But it's coming out of the speakers right now. So what this thing does is it picks up the sound in the room and it blends it with your music. So now when people talk and you're listening to music, you also hear people talk. It's wild. It's wild. It's weird because you're not used to hearing people speak while you're listening to music with headphones. The reason why you put headphones in your ear most of the time is to tune everybody out. Now you get the best of both worlds. And if you turn your music down or you blend it more towards the ambient room sound, it's kind of like one of those super hearing things where you can hear people whisper across the room. I mean, I've been kind of nosy in restaurants, and while waiting for a table to be called, I'll just turn my music down and turn that ambient sound on, and I can hear everything everybody's saying. It's like you're spying on the entire world. It's really cool, really cool. And you can turn it way up, and you can hear everything, every little whisper. You can hear people whispering 20 feet away from you, okay? So that is a cool feature. I've never seen anything else. I turned it off, and now when I handle it, you don't hear it coming through the speakers. But all right, let's see. I think there's something I missed, and I wanted to go over and oh yeah, I remember now. So you got this thing where you can plug a 3.5, which is what I have plugged in there, or the 2.5 balanced with these other headphones I have over here. Well, you can't plug in both at the same time. I told you that. You also have to turn them on and off in here on how they which one you have plugged in and what mode you have it in. You got the choice of 3.5mm stereo, either using low power mode or high power mode if you need that out of the amplifiers. Okay, so obviously if you have 3.5mm stereo and you're using both amplifiers, you get twice the amount of power, a little bit more current draw, and you can also put it, as you can see, well, you not right this second you can, but it will let you put it in low power, powering your stereo headset, and if you do that, well, you use a little bit less power. Okay. Now when you put it in 2.5 mode, it's got this little thing up here. See that thing, audio output lock? That's the reason why it wouldn't let me change it, because it's a safety feature. Because if you don't have that locked and you go down here and you change that to 2.5 while you got the 3.5 plugged in, from what I understand, you can blow this amp. Okay, so it's a safety feature. You choose stereo or balanced. End of discussion. That's what you got to do. You stereo or balanced. You don't get to have both at the same time. Technical reasons why, and it'll damage the amplifier, but you do get the choice. And also in the 2.5mm with the 2.5mm plug, when you are running in balance mode, you can also run low or high power. But I think let's see. Well, anyway, you got the choice. Look into it. Buy this thing, and like I said, I'm not making any money here. I'm not monetized. I want to be monetized. That's the reason why I got to be a beggar and ask you to like and subscribe. And hopefully this is the last time I have to ask you, because hopefully you've already done that. You've already clicked that button, I'm sure, because I've given you enough information here that that's all you got to do. It doesn't cost you anything. It helps me out. It helps me out. It really does. Okay. This little thing right here is worth way more than $100. I know it's small. When you get it, you're like, this thing weighs nothing. Why is this thing $100? Well, it should be $250. This thing, it should be higher. I don't know. Don't go up on the price, guys, at EarStudio. Don't do that. But you maybe could, but don't, because you're giving people a great value. All you guys listening to this right now, look into this. I'm so happy with it. I mean, I really am. Let's see. I think that's all I really have to say. I've had a great time talking to you guys, and I love telling people about these little cool little pieces of tech that not many people have seen or heard about. You kind of gotta go spelunking into the world of technology and find these little gems, and this is definitely one of the little gems of audio gear that I just kind of happened upon over the internet, and I'm so glad that I did. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful evening, morning. Well, I don't know what time you're watching this, but whenever you're watching it, if you're watching it, stay safe and have fun and listen to good music. And hey, I'll do the same. You guys have a wonderful time. Goodbye, YouTube. Alright guys, one thing I did forget to mention when I was originally recording this video was if you have a headset that you plug into this digital audio converter and you want to use it on your phone to talk on the phone, the microphone on your headset's not going to function. And the buttons on your cord for your microphone, like your fast forward volume and all that, it's not going to work. But luckily, the DAC actually has that microphone built into it. The one that you remember how I was saying that you could hear audio through the DAC, like if you were at the airport earlier in the video. Well, that same microphone is going to work for your telephone. So if you wanted to talk on the phone, it's going to pick it up. It's like the microphone built into the DAC. So you don't actually need a microphone on your headphones. I mean, you can have headphones without a microphone, and you can still use them to talk on the phone. So it's kind of a pro and a con. It's a pro as in you don't need a mic on your headset to use it as a headset for your telephone, and a con being that you can't use your transport controls on your normal headset that you might have plugged into it in order to control your music and things like that. However, it's okay. It's okay because on the DAC itself, it's got those transport controls on it, so you can go to next track, previous track. You can control your volume and things like that from the actual DAC itself. So you kind of skip over those controls on your traditional headset that does have a microphone, and it has a good mic on it too. It's a pretty good mic. It's a really good mic actually. So anyway, that's all I have to say.